Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival series. Today we are making ourselves an amethyst farm, something that we have not yet done, and something that will prove to be very useful for us in the future, primarily for tinted glass, but also if we want to use amethyst blocks for building, or if we want an absurd amount of spyglasses, we also have it for that as well. Now, if you recall, if we head down to our branch mine all the way underground underneath our original starter home here, we do have an amethyst geode, and we can go check that out right now. And if I recall correctly, I believe it is down one of these branches right here. Obviously, we will see it as soon as we pass it because it is a very vibrant purple, pretty hard to miss. And I believe I spotted it right through here. Yes, there we go. Now, the key with these amethyst farms is we don't want to do that. We are going to want a different pickaxe, one that isn't instant mine, because we want to expose all of the faces of our budding amethyst blocks, and we want to remove all of the blocks around them. We will then flood the entire farm with water, making it easier to access all of these different budding amethysts, and every time we come down here, we will bring our fortune pickaxe with us. We will break all of the crystals off of the budding amethyst, and that will grant us with, well, I guess somewhere around 8 amethyst shards. That one yielded 12. Of course, with fortune 3, it really just depends. That one was 16. So we have the potential to get a lot of amethyst, and that one was also 16. You get the idea. So we are going to again start by removing all of the amethyst and calcite all around our budding amethyst blocks, and I will meet you back here once that is finished. And there we go. All of the amethyst, the basalt, and the calcite has been removed, and all we have left are our budding amethyst blocks, which yield our amethyst crystals. So from here, we can either mine those again with Silk Touch and get the actual crystal cluster, and we can use that as decoration, or we can mine them with Fortune and get a lot of amethyst crystals or shards out of that. So our next step now is to flood this entire room with water so that we can swim around and access all of our crystals as they grow. And unfortunately, we do have a pretty tight cluster right here of all of our budding amethyst, which is going to affect our yield a little bit, but it shouldn't be terrible. We do have a lot of budding amethyst though, and we really shouldn't need more than a handful of stacks for anything in the near future. So I'm going to run back up to our storage building and grab some kelp, some water buckets, and we will get to work flooding this room. Alright, we are back and we can get to work on flooding this room. So we're going to grab out some temporary blocks. I guess we can just use some dirt since we have an abundance of it, and we will pillar right up here. Although I wonder if maybe it would be easier to clear out a little access platform here from the top. So what I'm thinking is we will go up maybe 2 or 3 more blocks. I think we will go 3 blocks, and this will be the top layer of water. And this will all make sense here in a second if it doesn't already. So what we will have is a 3-block wide platform up here at the top that surrounds the entire flood area, the entire amethyst farm. And then we will put a railing around it, we will change the blocks out, we'll make it look really nice. I think we may even go with deep slate bricks for all of the walls down here, just so we can have it blend into the environment a little bit more. So I think then we will go ahead and remove one more layer up top, and this will be replaced with blocks. And I guess since we are putting this much work into it, I would rather this be a perfect square so that we can have it be symmetrical on all four sides. So it looks like this is our long side, so we will match this shorter side to be this length, which is 11 blocks, and we currently have on this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we are just going to extend this out by one more. And I think we will do that. Well, we really have two options. We could do it on this side or this side, but there's more tuff over here on this side, and that is faster to mine. So we're going to do it on this side. So that will go all the way down, and then we will have our 3-block platform right in here, and one more block up top that we will replace with our deep slate bricks. And this may actually end up doubling as a glow squid farm if we get those glow squid drops. And hey, how about that? Was not expecting that here in the ceiling. We will go ahead and grab that using our silk touch, and we can fortune it later on if we need to. We're just gonna check around here. Diamonds are going to be very important for us in the coming episodes. I'm a little surprised though that there were only 2 completely buried in the deep slate, but that's okay. They're going to be very important to us in the coming episodes as we begin work on our armor trim collection. We are going to need dozens upon dozens of stacks of diamonds, so we are going to start collecting those and hopefully get enough for that entire project. Alright, that has all been cleared out. Let's go ahead and make a handful of deep slate bricks, and I'm actually thinking maybe polished deep slate for our ceiling at the very top. So we will begin with that. That way we can change the textures a little bit as we work our way down. I did find a few more diamonds as well, so we are up to, I believe, 7 now, 7 diamond ore from this excavation. Alright, there is our ceiling put into place now. So now we can remove this part of the excavation, and then we are going to go, actually no, not quite, because we are going to first grab some ladders and get some lanterns put on for the light. Actually, change of plans. We are heading out to our frog light farm to get ourselves some pearlescent frog lights, because even though they don't actually emit a purple light, the block itself is purple, which will match very nicely with our amethyst farm. I just have to remember where our frog light farm is, and I think we may have gone too far and in the wrong direction. I believe we did go in the wrong direction. It is coming back to me now. We need to go down this way, and it should be right over here. Perfect. So we are gonna get some of these magma cubes over to our frogs here and get some frog lights. It's been a while since we've used this farm. I really need to come down here for a half hour or so and just collect a handful of frog lights. Alright, we are back with about 12 pearlescent frog lights, and we are going to place these probably in a 3x3 grid over the amethyst farm. So we will do one there in that corner. We are removing this wall, so we will do one in this corner right here, and one in this corner as well, and this corner. And then we will fill in between these, kind of centered. So we will get one there, we will do one here, right here, and this should help to light up our platform that goes around the edge as well. So now that that is all into place, we can remove the rest of these blocks right up here. There we go. So we are going to remove this wall along this side. That will make the square, the tank, I guess, our amethyst tank, an even 11 by 11. We will replace the outer walls with our cobbled deep slate, or our deep slate bricks, and we will also do the same with our floor and the walls up here. So we still have quite a bit of deep slate and other blocks to remove, but we are getting fairly close. we're going to get all of these blocks put into place first, and then we will finish up with the platform, because I want to get our water into place so we can start yielding from these crystals. And that is all finished. The walls have been removed and are ready for us to replace them. For the floor down here, we are going with polished deep slate, keeping it consistent with our ceiling up at the top, and we are going to place a few more of those frog lights here at the bottom to illuminate the lower part of the farm. We only have 3 left though, so we will just do one in the middle, and then I think we will do one in each corner, just like that. When we eventually get more, we will fill in those the rest of the way, but for now that should be sufficient. And the floor is into place, so let's grab all of our materials from over here, all of our shulker boxes and whatnot, because we are going to get all of this covered up now with our deep slate bricks. Well, actually, I'm trying to decide if we want to do deep slate tiles for the walls here and then deep slate bricks for the floor up there, or have it be the other way around. But I'm kind of thinking that we could do deep slate tiles for the walls up there. I think that would look pretty nice. So we will do deep slate tiles for the walls here as well, and we will go with deep slate bricks for the floor. So we will get to work extending all of these all the way up to the top. There we go. So all of the deep slate tiles are into place for the water tank / amethyst farm now. And then we will do our bricks for the floor going around the edge up at the top. And this is where the water is going to be placed. There we go, and now we will go around the edge one more time, replacing all of these walls with our deep slate tiles, and then we will be pretty much finished. And there we go, all of the walls have been replaced. So now the fun part, we are going to fill this entire pool, this entire, what do we want to call this? Our amethyst clusters. We are going to flood this hole right here and turn all of those blocks into source blocks so that our kelp will, or not our kelp, our amethyst will float up to the top. And then we can just ride a boat around the surface and pick up all of those amethyst crystals. In order to do that though, we are going to need to place down a handful of temporary blocks, and we should have still a lot of dirt left in this chest that we can use. There we go. With all of that dirt into place, we can pour our water all the way across, just in a diagonal here, and that will start to flood all the way across. And then we will remove the dirt, place in our kelp, and our farm will be finished. And would you look at that, we have ourselves an almost finished amethyst farm. The kelp right now is currently growing. I didn't mean to hit that kelp and break it, but all of the amethyst blocks have been covered and surrounded by kelp and water, so we are just waiting for all of that kelp to grow, which will convert all of this water into source blocks, and we don't have to worry about any currents or anything like that, and our amethyst will float right up to the top. But just from harvesting those clusters alone, we have come away with quite a few amethyst shards and some small amethyst buds as well. So yield should hopefully be pretty high from this farm. I thought about putting a railing around here, but I think we are going to skip that for now. And for our entrance, we are going to keep it simple and just have a tunnel out to our branch mine staircase, which is somewhere in one of these directions. So nothing too fancy or complex for that. But that is where we are going to end today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!